anyways. All right, here we go. Still saying that it's not straight. Really kind of crazy. All right, welcome everybody. The show must go on no matter what. All right, welcome everybody. My name's Tammy Montgomery, aka the Fearless Mama, Team Tammy, Unstoppable Mamas, all that kind of stuff. All that is been my brand online. We're going to talk about branding tonight because I think it's really, really important for you guys to kind of get to know some of the reasons why that people join these home-based businesses. It's not so much of the, especially with a member-to-member space, it's not so much the products or the company. It's actually the brand. So the brand that you establish, whether it be, Fearless, and you can kind of go on, that kind of trend that I started. You can call yourself Fearless whatever. I've coached and taught a lot of people that, but you can have your own brand. Sally has her own brand. She has, the pro theme. So many times whenever you're marketing, people do look at that. And so keep that in mind. So that's kind of what I wanted to start out by, is the basis tonight of branding, So you've heard it time and time again. I may have talked about it before. Oh, there's Robbie. And my son has a really unique brand. For example, King Emoji. He's known as King Emoji Robert Montgomery online, and how that kind of caught on, I'm not really sure. I think it was just he started putting a bunch of these emojis on his Facebook post, for example, and then people just started calling him, hey, that's cool, King Emoji. And he's got a really great following on social media because of that brand. Okay, so it doesn't have to be hard. It can be very simple, very, very simple. So in everything that you do, especially with social media, and I did a video on this the other day, I did a live, and I talked about how you can kind of get to have people know, like, and trust you a lot faster if you do establish a brand online. Let me just share my screen, because I think that's going to be the best way to do this. So I'm going to, and this might be redundant for some people here, but other people, it might just be really helpful for you guys to understand. And I'm not going to go into any of the setup tonight, guys, the setup and things like that. That should already be something that you already know and have been doing for your system. Okay. Not going to go into that tonight, but I am going to talk. This was me last year. Like, I was literally sitting in like New York and I was freezing, not quite that bad. I just wanted to post this funny picture and show you guys. And now I'm here in Arizona because I've established myself as a brand, as someone that can be transparent, someone that is out on social media, and someone that has LinkedIn, YouTube, all these kinds of social medias. And that's kind of what carries that attraction marketing theme, is through the branding that you do, posting pictures of yourself and your family. I mean, it's really not hard to do, but people want to know who they're going to be joining. Okay. So when I talk about automated sales and automated income and things like that, it's because that person has gotten to know, like, and trust you. And that sales process, okay, from capture page, and I'll show you the capture page I'm using right now, all the way to the whole process. Okay, so we're going to talk about that next. So branding, think about your branding, think about what you want to be known as. What is your legacy? What do you want people to remember you by? Do you want them to remember? Last week was a horrible week. I'm telling you, I didn't work much on my business. Okay. This week's better. I had a friend that passed away. I worked with him for 2 years. God rest his soul, Joe Need. He was in the Unstoppable Alliance with me, with Susan, with Jason, and it was just really tough last week. So that was our brand. It was Unstoppable Alliance, and he was on the radio show. We talked about this a lot on the radio show. I've been doing this for 10 years. I've worked with some phenomenal people in this industry. I absolutely love everybody that I've worked with. So when things like that happen, I'm like, What was he remembered by, actually? You know, and I'm going to scroll down, and I'm just going to talk about it here. He was remembered by his radio show. Okay. It's quite a ways down right here. And you can actually see we posted, he actually still has the Blog Talk radio show up. What is it that you're doing on a day-to-day basis that puts your mark on the internet marketing world? What are you doing? Are you blogging? I don't blog. Are you posting on Facebook? Are you doing a YouTube video? What are you doing? And what is your theme? What is your main concept that you're trying to put across? Do you teach lead generation? I love teaching lead generation, for example. Do you teach duplication? You know, I know Sally that's on here. She teaches duplication. What is it that you teach in order to bring that value to the marketplace? And that's what that's what you're going to be known as. He was actually known as like literally like moving big hordes of people into rooms. Like literally, this guy could pack a. He went. I think he was in the industry for 20 some years. And he was able to pack a whole house, you know what I'm saying? Like an event. He used to do fire walking and a lot of stuff like that. So what is it that you want to be known for online? That's basically what I want you guys to think about tonight. This is a living, breathing thing that you're doing, and the energy that you put out in your business. If you put out good energy, you're going to get good energy back. It's just plain simple. You know, if you if you don't put that energy out there, and if you don't think this stuff works, then guess what? It won't work for you, right? So it's the power of positivity and always knowing that, you know what, if you have this knowledge, then you can market anything. Right now, I'm going to show you a couple things. I'm actually marketing and ramping up my husband's business, for example. And we have a website together, him and I. And it literally is going to have everything that him and I do, and my son, actually. So I'll show that to you guys in a minute. It's a family thing. It's a family project, I guess, if you want to call it that. But let me show you guys the secret list hack. I was involved in that all of February. It feels like, and getting that funnel done once and for all. It's finally done. Okay, still needs to be tweaks, in my opinion, and I push to get those tweaks done. I'm always making sure that the company owners I work with make sure that they get this stuff done, right? Sometimes schedules don't align, or, you know, something pops up financially, or excuse me, with family, and I get that. Like I said, last week was really crazy. It was really crazy for me. So let me just go to TammyTraining.com, show you guys the simple capture page, goes into a sales letter, goes into a follow-up system. Okay, that's one funnel. Okay, so right there, it's not really a branded page. This is actually what you can use for the company page. Okay, so that's a 250 front end system. That's what they call it, 250 front end system. Okay, Maria, you probably are not familiar with that quite yet because you just joined me in PIN, and I'll show you, like I said to you on the phone today, with PIN, what to do next. So that's one offer. And I don't know if you guys have heard me say this over and over again. I love big ticket sales. And my top pick for big ticket sales right now is PIN. Okay, I'm ramping that back up. So all of February, I'll be honest with you, I did not make a lot of sales because I was in content creation mode. I'll even prove that to you. So I'm going to log into Prosperity Income Network. I'm one of those people that I eat my peas first, and then my carrots, and then my chicken. You know, I'm kind of one of those. It's really hard for me to multitask. But as you can see, hey, I just got a sale, and that's Maria and her husband, and not her husband, her son. They're working together now. So I'm back there on the leaderboard, and we got a sale for the Fearless Mama day before yesterday. So that's this month. So what I'm saying is, then once you get back into the flow of things, you start sending leads again to your sales funnels, then what's going to happen is you're going to get sales. You know, you have to stay consistent, you know? So that's what I wanted to talk about, though, is that you can have these different sales funnels, and it'd be a good idea to whip out your notebook right now and just to kind of go down and say, okay, offer A, what am I going to do? You know, which one am I going to choose? And that just really depends on, I'm talking about if you're not involved yet, depends on what kind of money do you have to spend. Right now it's approaching tax time, or it already is. We're kind of like involved in, hey, people are getting their tax returns, you know? So what just really depends on what kind of money do you have is where you can start. Okay. So if you can start at level 2, 3, or all the way to the top, great. You know, that's going to even make you more money, because I look at it this way. It takes the same amount of time and effort to make a 250 sale as it does a prosperity income sale. I can almost bet you guys $100 on that. Like I have to jump through hoops just to almost get a 250 sale sometimes. Whereas with the coach, close the sale. Maria said, I've talked to him, I spoke to him, and I'm in. So that was a lot less effort for me and time and automation. You know what I'm saying? It's the mindset you have to know that you deserve the bigger ticket stuff. You do. You really deserve it. I understand that everybody can jump in and pay, you know, for top tier income or money. I know that. But that's another reason why I have gotten really finite with my husband, and now we're offering financing for any of this stuff. Okay. Financing. Okay. Doesn't mean that we can get anyone financed. It means that you have to have certain criteria. You have to meet the requirements. But if you have the requirements, yes, we can get you guys financed. Okay. So these are the top 2 picks that I am working right now. And that's what I said I was going to talk about tonight was Secret List Hack, which has the e-funnels, which is really 6-figure empire. It's just the funnel for 6-figure empire. Okay. On the back of Secret List Hack. Let's see if I got anybody asking me questions here. Okay. Not yet. All right. Let me dive into, let's see. Consistent. Well, you know, and this is the thing. You hear a lot of people say consistency, but when it boils, and this is a loose term out there on the internet. I know a lot of mentors say just stay consistent, stay consistent. But what they don't tell you is how or what to do on a day-to-day basis. Okay, that is just, it used to drive me nuts. I listened to every guru under the sun when they said to stay consistent, but I'm like, but stay consistent on what? What are you really telling me to stay consistent on? It was the same thing when I first started trying to lose weight. I was like, stay consistent on what? The diet, the exercise, combination of the two. How the hell am I going to get rid of this 100 and some pounds I want to get rid of, right? So you have to change your habits. You have to change your habits. If you're not going to change your habits, then nothing's going to change. That's what I'm talking about as far as staying consistent. And when people ask me, for example, I've had a lot of people ask me, what is your customer acquisition? What is your cost per customer? And I'm not really one of those retail outlets, so I don't really know what that cost per customer is. I know what it costs me to be running the solo ads that I'm running that are coming into my email right now that you see over there. You know, I know that if I buy a solo ad every single day, I know that I'm going to get 100 to 200 people on my list. I know that. And guess what? It's tucked in my DMO when you buy the Secret List Hack. It's in there. It's in the 2020 top tier team site. It's there, my DMO. It's pretty much everywhere, my DMO. Once you join me, it's even in my Facebook groups. So when people say to you to stay consistent, that means you need exposure. This is an exposure for me, for my business, for your business, anyone that's in the Fearless crew. This is one part of it. This is one part of the conversion part, okay? So you can do Zooms. You guys can do Zooms. You can do Facebook Lives. I'm not stopping you. No one's stopping you. You guys can do that to promote you. Just remember this one thing tonight. If you don't promote you, no one will. I used to say that to Joe all the time. You know, I remember a lot of conversations, a lot of things that I used to talk to Joe about. And I really wish I could have saw him one more time. It's just one of those things you just kind of kick yourself. He lives here in Arizona. Just, I got too busy, you know, whatever, hindsight's 50-50. But he said, there's one thing about you, Tammy, that I've noticed throughout the years I've worked with you, worked with him for 2 years before I started the Fearless movement. He said, is that you promote yourself. He said, and that's the reason why you are successful and get signups and members, is because you're promoting yourself. And I said, well, my mentors told me that if I don't promote me, who is going to promote me? No one else is going to promote me. No one pays my bills, so I have to pay my bills. No one pays your bills, Donna. No one pays your bills, Cindy, Limping, Maria. No one's going to do this for you. You have to do it. And you have to just get over a certain amount of things. I had another training. Like I said, I'm always training. You see Ty Lopez tab open up there. I listen to his stuff. Some people teach cold calling still. I don't get that, because why would you have to cold call when you have all these systems and you have this lead flow and a way to get people onto your list? I just don't understand why people are still teaching cold calling or belly to belly, because that doesn't make sense to me either. Although it's fun, I guess, once in a while to go out there and to run into people and hand them cards and pens and all that kind of stuff. For me personally, I don't like that. I kind of like working a 2 to 3 day work week, and then I'm done, you know, and then I go hang out. This is my daughter's new friend, guy friend. We just go to hockey games and stuff. You know, we like to hang out on the weekends. So I like to get my marketing over and done with like the first of the week, and then I'm done. Does that make sense to you guys? I hope so. I hope it really makes sense. Any other questions, Shannon? Feel free. I'm on a roll tonight. As you know, Tuesdays I'm doing my Zooms, and I drive people right to my offers. You know, these are my offers. Let me see here. 1 second here. Branding. Again, you guys can do the same thing. You can set up ClickFunnels. You can purchase the team page. You can use the company page. You guys have options. You don't have to do all the setup process and all that kind of stuff. I just like to test stuff. It's all about marketing and testing things. Let me show you guys this. This is the new reveal. I figured it's about time for me to start my own, I guess you could say, program. We'll see how this goes as far as how much time involvement this is. My husband wanted me to get this started, which we did. He has his funding business going right now, and as you'll see, and he's got, this is just a temporary video, by the way. I just want to show this would be where the video placement goes. But the funding is something that, like I was talking about earlier, is if you don't have funds to run a business, and people come to us and they want to make 6 figures a year, and they have zilch to start with. It's really hard to take someone from zilch to 6 figures a year. You guys are going to have to give me a little bit more than that. Like, either you're going to have a lot of motivation or you're going to have some credit, or you're going to have some cash to work with, because otherwise, I'm sorry, you're going to have to save up. You're going to have to keep your day job and then come back to us. Okay. But this is our main hub now. So it has our funding, all about the funding. If you guys want to become affiliates, we can do a whole nother webinar on that, but I prefer that you actually have joined me in something, because then I know that you're going to be serious and that you're going to stick with us and stay with us to send referrals. We pay referral fees, by the way. So this is going to go right to his website. I just want to walk you guys through this process. And then once you're on here, you'll get his number, and he's submitting all the applications now. Last week, we had over 100 and some people come through and submit applications. Some people actually are on the Zoom and they know what I'm talking about. So please make sure you do review this stuff before you do contact him, because he is slightly busy. His wife does know how to generate leads for that. You know what I'm saying? Working capital, you have to make sure, if you want those like business lines or working capital, things like that, your credit does have to be good. Just so you guys know, 680 is probably the best. If you don't know your credit, Again, go back to the basics here, figure out what your foundation is, figure out what your credit looks like, and then go from there. Make sure your credit, if you don't know what it is, go to Credit Karma, go to Credit Check Total. We have forms like that now. I've uploaded some into my Facebook group. And if you guys are not in my Facebook group, please let me know. And then income streams, I have all here. I have high ticket. I'm going to have more training here. I have my testimonials. There's actually Joe right there. And then if you ever want to contact me, you can get in touch with me right there, or Bob. And you can say either Bob or myself. We will give you guys, especially if you want the funding, we will give you guys a quick call and can get, can assess your credit, especially if we have the credit report. We can usually assess that within 5 minutes. But there is a process. Again, if you go to the website, if you can just hold your questions to the end. If you do go to the website, he's asked me several times to let you guys know he's not a Zoom person. Okay. So it's hard for me to get I said to him tonight, do you want to get on a Zoom with me? And he's like, no, I've got to get this application submitted, that application. So he's in the background working with me now, has for 30 years, but I'm saying he's really now involved in especially the high ticket business, because we can get you guys, the funding if your credit is. So you can get into these programs and these business opportunities with zero out of your pocket. You can. I wish I would have known this stuff when I first started 10 years ago. If I would have had someone teach me not only the system, but where to get leads and traffic, then I would have been farther ahead and my list would be a lot bigger than it is now. So I'm laying it all out for you guys here tonight. There's a lot of people that kind of keep this stuff hush hush until you do join. That's not me. I want you guys to know that there's the resources that you need. Okay. So let me just peek at I can't look at the questions at the same time. Oh, okay. Oh, Rob's chiming in. That's the truth, right, Rob? Oh, wow. We got a bunch more I got to bring.
Can you hear me, Mom?
I can hear you.
Oh, great. Okay.
Come on out.
There's going to be no video. No video, though, because of I'm on a walk.
Oh, you're on a walk. That's no worries. Just come on out.
Yeah, I am. I'm right here.
I mean, you can chat if you wanted.
Right. Yeah.
Do you have any tips for everybody tonight on any Facebook stuff, or do you want to save that for the actual training?
It's going to be more branding, touching on that branding topic.
Okay.
I just want to give a testament on how quickly a brand can be built.
Okay.
For anyone that's kind of struggling or just joined you or already have joined you and they just don't get it yet on how to do it. But essentially with branding, you got to realize we all can look at an icon and immediately recognize it, whether it be Apple, Nike, Walmart, Target, all these brands, and the know, like, and trust behind it. But are you doing that for your own self or person, right? Are you actually branding your own self? And in network marketing and online, it can be very, very hard. It can be it's not an easy game, but when you start to brand yourself, you start to create not the typical marketer lifestyle either. Like a lot of people I see online, they have on their Facebook cover, and I can't really have an example, but because I don't like calling people out, but they have, they're a marketer, they're this and this and that. And it's very, very basic and bland. And people wonder how they're not getting sales, because you're not creating that know, like, and trust. You're not creating that brand and that love that speaks to people and goes, look, I'm not here to grab your money, but I'm here to help you along the journey. And so when I actually started branding myself, I took a different approach. I'm like, I'm not going to be like a typical marketer where they're in your inbox and they want all this, money and this newest, highest ticket and all these products, because what I like about my mom is she has, the branding, which, the fearless mama and all that, but she also has the integrity behind what she offers, no matter what it is. And so that's actually the approach I took with my page there, just as an example of Facebook. And it is my favorite. A lot of people know me from Facebook, but you know, obviously my page right there, as I can see on the screen, has gotten about 150 loves today. And obviously it's going to keep going up by the morning, and throughout the week. But the point is you have to really create yourself a brand, and it's very hard to think out of it. Think like a brand new brand. I mean, you look at people like Michael Phelps, you look at people, all these icons and people that you're just like, oh my gosh, I just want to be like them. But you don't understand. There's such a process to build that brand. So what you got to do is you got to find something that not only are you passionate about, but that other people can relate. Because really, the whole brand behind King Emoji is not that I'm the king of all emojis and I'm on every iPhone and Android, and I just obsessed with emojis. It's nothing about that. It's actually about being king of everything that you do at life, and essentially emojis are there's an emoji for almost everything, right, on the keyboard. So I kind of took the branding and I'm like, you know what, anything you tackle in life, whether it be this network marketing game or a new job you're going to interview or career interview next week, or your kid just got a promotion, you got to look at it like, how can I be the most humble but the person climbing the Mount Everest, right? And that's actually what I looked at it as. Is I looked at people higher than me in the network marketing game and business, and I'm like, instead of just being jealous, instead of just wondering, man, that's just nice, I took it as approach as, how can I have people relate with myself? How can they know that here is a 25-year-old that quit his Verizon job, and 3 years ago, actually, it's going into this year, and not too far ago, actually, 2017. And it's kind of funny that you can actually really take yourself from, whether it be a couple months, couple years, couple days, weeks, and you really can start tapping into the brand of yourself, right? And there are a lot of people that brand themselves, but they don't have a title to themselves, unfortunately. And as you know, there are a lot of people, unfortunately, like, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. They knew him as Mamba, they knew him 24/8, all that. But you got to understand, that's branding right there. Okay. People related to that. They knew, wow, this person is this incredible basketball player. Oh, this person, Michael Phelps, he's known as like the fish in water, the human fish. And that's the branding that you have to create. And with online space of Facebook, you got to realize it's not just, oh, let me just, okay, create a Facebook page or a new one because I'm my family and friends. I don't want them. Like I was telling people, you guys on the last Zoom, was, look, the more you keep plugging along and keep pushing through and networking with people who actually care, your friends and family, the ones that are the naysayers, are just going to drop off anyways. Right. And if they look at your stuff anyways, who cares? Who cares if they just look? Because you keep going further and further. And that's the thing with this anything that we offer, guys, to you, to help help with your business or anything. The way I take it and the way approach I take it is, people don't like being hassled. Okay, they don't like buying things from people they don't know. They know there's a brand behind something. There's a person behind a product. And it's like, when I launched my last year Facebook tool, I actually co-ventured an entire Facebook tool that I brought in over 500 plus members. And I personally brought that in, actually. And there was never once anyone I was pitching them in their inbox, never once. And people question me all the time, how did that happen? How did you do it? How did you organically bring in people? And there was zero customer acquisition, zero. And mom was talking about that with customer acquisition. And it's because of branding. Okay. Right. My mom, she barely, I mean, yes, of course, she uses, other ways of marketing. But when it comes down
to big time. People, I'm not on Facebook a lot.
No. But for me, and what the niche I'm in is it's very low customer acquisition to get customers. It's because they know that on a Saturday night at 6 o'clock, when I'm actually free and I'm actually have a life, when I'm free though, I can get back to them and they don't have to wait on an email. And so that's the branding and the love and the support that you got to bring across to your people you bring in, right?
Right.
And it's a balance act to create a brand. But a lot of people go, oh man, Rob, I really loved your live, I loved your Zoom, I love this, and then it goes from there. And I already can tell. I'm like, okay, you just let the conversation just go like that. And I kind of wonder, okay, how, so you got to look at yourself. You got to look, if you are on Facebook, which that is something I actually specialize in, but you got to look at yourself as, how can I present myself the best in the branding? Because there's a lot of people like, hey, I'm grandma marketer, I'm papa marketer, I'm this and this and that, and then it automatically gives off that marketing vibe. Automatically people don't want to deal with you, so they want to deal with people that they're humble, they have a story, they're like-minded, they've gone through things. It's not just all about flash and glamour, and that's what Secret List Hack was about. We made a joke about in the video was, look, that we're here, the $50 million home, 7 cars, just kidding, kind of, kind of thing. Because people nowadays want to have that relating between, and the thing is it takes a bit of time. Mom, you remember, it wasn't overnight.
I do. I was Team Tammy at first, and then I thought, that kind of sounds a little pompous.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, that sounds a little bit egotistical, Team Tammy. So, I mean, I still create some usernames with Team Tammy, but I switched to Fearless Mama, and that was when it became Curiosity Marketing.
Right.
Rob, I'm not sure if you remembered or you heard me when I first started the training tonight or talking about this branding tonight, but you knew Joe when I said Joe Neate passed away last Monday. You said, oh, the radio show guy.
Yeah.
So you knew right away. And so his Brett, for some reason, I'm not able to bring you on there. I'm not sure why. It keeps trying to promote you to panelists, but I can't bring you on. Sorry about that, buddy. Hopefully you can still hear. I think people that are on the side wanting to come into the Zoom, I think you guys can still hear. But anyway, that was your first thought is, wow, that guy that was on the radio show. So it's all about that, that positivity, that vibe. He was very much an upbeat person and always doing very good.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, you dropped some great nuggets tonight, Rob. I appreciate that.
And even if it's not a brand, let's go. A lot of people get stumped. I've had many people and friends of mine, they go, I'm just amazed by of how you just created a brand, King Emoji. And they're like, man, I just wish I could have a brand like that. I'm like, honestly, be you, do you, and be the best you can. Because if it's not an actual brand name like that, it's actually your own name. And there's 7 million people. There's 7 million people that share your birthday every day, as far when it is a birthday. So there's always, I call it, there's just billions of people on this planet. But if you can stand out and leave an incredible legacy in this marketing game, business game, and even obviously life, it's huge and impactful, and it's just
I'm
like
stuck there.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Sorry. I'm trying to get more people on the Zoom. That's what I'm doing. If you guys are wondering why I'm switching screens, I apologize. There's more people wanting to get on the Zoom. If you guys are on Facebook, great. You can ask your questions down on Facebook. Anything having to do with branding. We'll actually point out some good brands here tonight. I want to shout out to a few people here. Maria, you're just starting. Jonathan, you're just starting. With your mom. So like Robbie and I, we work as a team, mother, son, and our brands don't even sound like one another. Like Fearless Mama, King Emoji, that's like totally opposite. So like, and he does a lot of my, I was talking to Maria tonight about the techie part of it. I am not a techie person. I am not at all. Okay. What I am is I'm a marketer, I'm a promoter, and I have a big mouth. So that's the reason why I like doing videos and talking. But Robbie, he's behind the scenes. He's always doing creations where we're doing videos together. Like he said, we did a video with the secret list hack, and that's, you know, like I said, a front end funnel. I just wanted to show it to you guys real quickly again. Secret list hack. We're going to come out with more products. Actually, we have one for his. It's going to be on 1 second here. 1 second. This is the video that he did. Let me close out. Okay, 1 second. I don't think she realizes. Okay, I'm on a Zoom live, so hopefully I won't get any more Facebook messages. But anyway, that's the whole funnel right here that he put together. So he's going to have a tool, and it's really tricky sometimes because these programmers, they work on their own schedule. But anyway, he will have that. And then, of course, like I said, this is going to be our hub. I'm going to have a resources tab and tools tab underneath here so that when he gets his on there, you guys will be able to see, it's right here, see tools and resources, what we use to get the job done. So it'll have his Facebook tool on there. Again, it's a family business. This is the Fearless Crew, the Fearless Journey. I like saying that we all have different ideas. Like, you should hear the dinner talk that we have. Amanda, she's more into sports, and she's more into like healthcare. So it's the three of us, but we're all entrepreneurs. We all have our own little income streams and things like that. But this is our main hub. I shouldn't say little, big. But anyway, here's your home button: funding, income streams. Like I said, I have Prosperity Income Network, and it goes right here. Anyone that has any questions for me personally, make sure you message me tonight on Facebook or send me an email if you guys have any questions on setup. The whole point of this is, especially Secret List Hack, there is a support email. So if you have any questions on getting any of that stuff done, make sure you guys, go ahead and contact support. I won't get into Stripe questions, anything like that. That's all in the back offices. I've talked to people until I'm blue in the face to make sure that those instructions are clear. So that's pretty much it, Rob. I appreciate you. What were you playing basketball tonight? Because I told everybody you were playing basketball.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Nice to be able to play and have sports and and do some stuff here when we're used to winters. It's been quite the experience to be able to have a summer year round here in Arizona. So I like to keep these things at 30 to 40 minutes. So that's kind of the walkthrough of what we have right now and what is coming out here. Like I said, contact me if you have any questions on this. I'm pretty excited about it. So it's looking pretty good, huh, Rob?
How are you, baby?
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end this.
Sorry, I was talking to a puppy.
Oh, you were talking.
Yes.
Talking to a puppy?
Man, cool. I love dogs.
I was wondering what was going on. Cool. I appreciate that. Donna, you definitely got to connect with me because I think you said you wanted to join me in something. So reach out, connect with me, and we'll get you started. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording and stop live.